was gonna show you guys what I use to control my outdoor lights or whatever. A smart plug here. It's a Kasa, K-A-S-A smart plug. It's Wi-Fi enabled, and that way I can control it from my phone. It's got two separately controlled outlets, and you see I plug one in here to the my more sensitive palms, which is the mule palm and the butia, and the other stuff's plugged into the windmill palms, and that way I can control them a little separately since they need a little bit different heating. And so we'll take a look at the app here and I'll show you how I control it. Before we look at the app though, we'll take a look at the way we wrap the palms. I've got the underneath, I got Christmas lights on a Thermocube, and the fronds are wrapped up with just that plastic chicken wire fence, and over that they have one layer of frost cloth and a top layer of frost cloth, which is supported by two poles and a little PVC pipe that goes across the top just to give a structure to the top of the enclosure. And we're going to go in and see if the lights can make a difference in the temperature. So here's the before temperature, and the ones that we're going to look at here is number 2, the one in the top right there that shows 30.4 Fahrenheit. It's my outdoor temperature gauge. And the palm that we're going to look at is number 5. It's currently off. It's showing, it's the one that's wrapped out there in just one layer of frost cloth. It's showing 32. So we're going to turn on the lights and let it run for about 30 minutes and see what the temperature shows. Okay, so here's the app that I use with the outdoor smart plug, and you'll see that I have two different settings here. One for my mule and butia palm, which is they need to come on at a little bit higher temperatures, and one for my windmill palms, and you can control both plugs separately. Here you see if you click on one, it shows you that this one's on, and you see here you can go and you can set a schedule to anything that you like. You can schedule it to come on at midnight or 3 a.m. is a couple of the ones that I do, and then have it go off at 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, just because that's usually when it's coldest here that I need the lights to come on the palms. You also see it shows you your total run time that you've had. And also you can go in here and go back to this, and you can just manually click on these to turn them on or off. So if I want to turn on the lights on the mule and butia, I just click here on this top one. You see it turns green. That means it's on, and I just click it again and it's off. And of course, to use this plug you have to have a Wi-Fi router in your house, and you just have to set up a Kasa account or whatever. But you can also turn these on and off when you're away from home, and so it's pretty handy to have. And that way you don't have to go in and out of the house to turn on the lights, or you don't have to put them on another type of timer. And anyway, that gives you an overview of how this works, and we'll take a look at my temperature sensors here in a minute. So this is the lights we use on the palms, and they're just the standard incandescent mini lights. And the reason I like to use them is because they won't burn the palm, and you can wrap them directly to the palm, and that way you can heat on the palm itself instead of trying to heat a large enclosure. And so you can just wrap directly over the palm with frost cloth, or or something like that, and heat the palm. And heat is always generated by the watts of whatever you're using on the palm. In this case, 100 lights here is 40 watts, and so that generates quite a bit of heat when it's wrapped directly to a palm. A lot of people always say that these mini lights won't generate any heat, and that's true that each individual light is a lot. So here's our temperature sensors about 30 minutes later, and you can see number 2 is the outdoor temperature, and you can see that it's 33.3, went up just a little bit, it's warmed up a little bit outside. Number 3 is the mule palm. It's wrapped in one layer of frost cloth right now. You can see it's 44.6. It has the lights on, so it's a little bit over 10 degrees over ambient, and the lights go off on the Thermocube at 45. And so they generally, just with one layer of frost cloth, give me at least 10 to 20 Fahrenheit increase over ambient, even in cold temperatures. And so number 4 is one of my windmill palms, and number 5 is the one we looked at earlier that was before we started, in the low 30s. I forgot what the temperature was, but anyway, you'll see that with the mini lights and one layer of frost cloth, you can easily get 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and it would probably go up even more if it wasn't for the Thermocubes that eventually shut them off. So the Thermocubes come on at 35 degrees, they warm up to 45, and then they turn off, and then they turn back on at 35 again. So you won't see the temperature go much above 45 to 50 or so there. So anyway, that's just a little video to show you that the mini lights do put out heat, and dispel any rumor or any myth or whatever about them. And we'll see you later.